Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a successful trading day. There was a lot of uncertainty that's been kind of going on surrounding some political things that are going on, and so it's provided some unrest for the stock market. And today it hit stocks a little bit, and it was tough to make money on a day like today, but it is possible if you have the right stocks. And Mike Bellafiore always says you're only as good as the stocks that you're in, and man, that is true, and I've found that to be true over my trading career also. In this video, I'm going to cover the top 7 stocks and how they performed on Monday. I'm also going to give you a new top 7 with some new picks inside of there that can help you to be profitable and move forward. So a lot of these are swing trades, and most of them are 3 to 5 days long as far as a swing trade. Sometimes I'll go up to 30 days. It depends upon the stock and the situation. I have certain rules and I have a certain strategy for each and every type of insider activity. And so that's what I track. That's what I love to use. And I found that to be a way I've developed a system for trading insiders that has been very successful, where I can get repeat success over and over and over again. And so that has been key for me in the growth of my portfolio, and that can be successful for you too. All right, so let's get going. We had the top 7 from Monday. If you had all the stocks evenly, you would have had a 0.43% loss. So a small loss, but you know, overall with how the market did, that's really not that terrible, especially when you compare it against the NASDAQ that had a really rough day today. Personally, I had a 0.92% gain. The reason why is because I not only use the insider trading strategy, but I have other strategies that I use, and I had some stocks that did extremely well. I also had some brand new insiders. I had one specific one that did extremely well that was called out this morning for all our members, and man, did it fly. Month to date, if you were following this list closely, you should be right at a 6.84% gain following the insiders. And year to date, my personal gain is 12.79%. So the difference there is those other strategies that I use. I've had 7 green days in a row, and so that's really exciting to me. I love that, and hopefully you've had a nice little string of success so far in 2021. My record is 22 days. I look forward to beating that, set that in the year 2020. Right in the middle of the summer, I went on this weird little streak with insider activity, and I went green 22 days in a row, so that was kind of fun. I like to use Webull as my main broker, and the reason why I do is because I can trade as early as 3 a.m. and as late as 7 p.m. Central, and so that gives me a lot of flexibility. Also, they have great tools, and also orders fill very nicely on there. I really like Webull as a broker. I think you would too if you're a broker curious and looking for a new broker. Please check them out. We have a link in the description down below. I think that you'll be glad that you did. And also, I have some sales to report from the top 7. I only have one. Sold one stock, and that was MIRM. Sold it for a 4.54% gain. They have a presentation tomorrow, and I know this can take off, and I was holding for the run up of the presentation, and it kind of did. It kind of ran up, but not really. And I don't feel like the insider activity was large enough for me to merit being in. Now, this thing could take off tomorrow. They could have good news because the CEO and CFO both bought shares, which seems very bullish to me, definitely. Anyway, it's just one of those things where it was time to take my money out of that and not risk it, play the run up, not hold through the news, and then to find another good stock to go into. So I kind of wanted to talk about OTCs. Man, they get a bad name. So what an OTC is an over-the-counter stock. And so it's a stock that is not traded on the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange, and they don't have to report nearly as much to the SEC with different things of that nature. But they can be really explosive if you find the right catalyst. So I have a buddy who actually follows news on those OTC stocks and has been really successful of doing a ton of research on those and looking them up and finding momentum strategies for them. And it could be very good, and I like insider activity. So insider activity on these OTCs can be explosive also because, I mean, they're just not used to that type of volume coming into them, and so they can really move upwards as they go. All right, we got a top 7 to talk about, so let's get talking and let's get cracking. But if you are looking for a good group, or you are looking for help, or how to really run this insider strategy, you will learn a lot by being part of our Patreon group. We have Discords attached to each and every level, and you will learn from other mentors and other people that are in those rooms. I kind of handle the basic room. There's tons of great investors like Devin and John and Jason and Kevin that are in our standard room and our premium rooms that are loaded with guys like Revan and John and me and so many people. If you are looking for a powerful group, a group of investors that really help one another, it's hard to go alone. Highly recommend that you check it out. We have a link in the description down below. I talk about it in each and every video because it's a really good community of people that help each other, and it's just so much better to do it together. All right, let's get to the top 7. Here we go. Number 7 is PERS. This is Sand Ridge Permian Trust. And on Monday, this finished up 0.05%, so just barely up. In fact, it was down most of the day. My average in it is 0.405, so 40.5 cents per share. Since calling this out, it is up 0.95%. And this is an OTC, and I like it because Monterey Resources has been loading up shares over and over again, over 7 days in a row. And so that looks really good. And also with OPEC cutting production, I know oil prices are going to go up, and so this would definitely benefit PERS going forward, and they pay a huge dividend also, one of the biggest on the market, and so that's another thing to consider also. Number 6 is AHNR. This is Athena Silver Corporation. I called this out the other day on Friday, and man did it fly. Well, on Monday it finished down 6.05%, but I think this one's really going to climb. My average in it is 0.052 cents, and since calling this out, it is up 29.31%, so it's doing really well. This is an OTC, and this is silver mining, and so if we have more stimulus money, and probably more stimulus money is on the way, and the Fed will need to print more money as they do, silver will go on the rise, and so will gold, and so will Bitcoin. That's just how it's going to work. But John Power has been loading up shares, and so I think this is one that can really climb and do very well. I think it will continue to move upwards. All right, number 5 is another OTC, and I know quite a few OTCs on this list, but the simple fact is that's really what's available right now. So we're going to take advantage of what's been given to us. So number 5 is CNFN. This is CFN Enterprises, and on Monday, believe it or not, this finished up 73.11%. So we did not catch all of the move in our group. This one is brand new to the list. My average in it's 5 cents a share. But since calling this out, it is up 47.72%. That's from the time I first called it out, but you had to be quick and get in this thing quick because man did it climb. But Brian Ross, president and CEO, bought shares, and man did it fly. All right, number 4 is USIO, and so on Monday this finished down 4.69%, so this one didn't do so well. My average in it's $3.40. Since calling this out, it is down 4.41%. The CFO bought shares in open market. Analysts have an average target price of $4.10. Those were the reasons why I liked the stock in the first place, and I think it can run, and I think it will run. It's just a matter of time. USIO, we've had a lot of success with in the past. If you remember from November, we did very well with the stock, but it doesn't seem to be doing well right now. So we shall see what happens here. I'm hoping for another big push upwards, or maybe some more insider activity to where this thing will start to finally move. Number 3 is APRN, and since calling this out, it is up 7.58%. So this has done pretty well for us. On Monday, it finished up 0.67%. My average in at $6.86. This is Blue Apron. And DPH Holding has been loading shares, and they've been loading shares in open market. Analysts have an average target price of $9.23, so there's plenty of upside here. I think you could still see a nice little push. Number 2 has been fantastic. This stock has really been great. I hope all of you got in on this from the first time I called it out. This is Ring Energy, REI, and on Monday this finished up another 2.80%. My average in it is 77 cents, and since calling this out, it is up 42.52%, doing very well. And Deborah Cruz has been loading up. She's a director, and she's been buying shares, and with oil prices on the rise and an analyst target of $1 a share, this one really climbed upwards, and now it's above its analyst target. Now I think it's a really great value, and I think it's worth a lot more than $1 a share. I think the analysts are a little wrong on that, but anyways, I think it will continue to rise. Number 1 is HOME, and Clifford Sosin has been loading up on a lot of companies that he's a 10% owner in. And I like Home the best of the companies he was loading up in. And so I've had a lot of success following Clifford Sosin when he puts his money in, because he typically doesn't do it just one time. He goes back and he buys again and he buys again. And that shoots the price of the stock up. And so on Monday, this finished up 6.67%. My average in it's $17.98. And since calling this out, it is up 14.88%. millions of dollars in shares being bought, and analysts have an average target price of $21.75. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could please do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Share this video with your friends. I would of course be honored by that. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe, turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. We do one each and every business day. This year started off pretty good, really, considering with all the turmoil and everything. I think as things settle down, the stock market will continue to do better. I think inflation is inevitable, and the best way to battle inflation is to be in the right stocks, definitely, because the stock market typically rises above the inflation rate. And so there's lots of great safe places to put your money within the stock market. I wish all of you the best. Let's have a fantastic rest of the week, and Raythoven out.